Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are well this afternoon.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good.
Afternoon, Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan, do we have an SAP reset date?
It'll be January the 6th. January the
Okay.
6th. I'm not sure if you heard me. My screen froze.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. It's a little before 2. Let me go ahead and give my announcement. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. If you do not have a private attorney representing you, we're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service. Courtroom 2, it's right at 2 whenever you're ready.
We are ready. We're gonna start with number 31, Mr. Sturgis.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Sturgis. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008265G with theft by taking and criminal trespass and damage to property. Who is representing Mr. Sturgis?
That is myself, Your Honor. Just give me 1 second. I'm literally just logging on, Your Honor. Hmm. Sorry, Your Honor. I don't know why you can't see me. Oh, there we go.
Okay, I can see you now. Good afternoon, Mr. Merrill. Let's see,
Good
who do we have
afternoon.
on from pretrial?
It's me, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Stallworth.
Good
Is there a
afternoon.
is there a history?
Yes, this defendant has 22 cycles. He has an open case, 25 PI 101. I'm sorry, 25 PI 010367 for unauthorized use of financial transaction card and financial transaction card fraud. There's also a 25 PI 006866 case of purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of marijuana and false statements. There appears to be a hold out of East Point for fraud, illegal use of credit cards. The date of that warrant was November the 15th of this year. He's currently on probation out of Fulton for ag assault and receipt, possession, or transport of a firearm. There's a 2019 conviction for disorderly conduct, a 2019 conviction out of Clayco for possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 2017 conviction out of the city of Atlanta for possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and also another open case out of the city of Atlanta for no driver's license, and one conviction outside of the 10-year period. His recommended level is level 3, nothing further.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Spear.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
I counted 24 cycles, including, I believe the outside the cycle, the 10-year was the 2014 theft by receiving. We also have a 2019 probation violation, multiple FTAs and probation violations out of 2022, probation violations out of 2024 and 2025. Your Honor, in this particular instance, the defendant broke into a private citizen's mailbox and stole some mail from him. Normally that's flagged for federal charges, but right now we're keeping it. The previous magistrate set a $780 surety for the theft by taking and a $1,200 surety for the criminal damage to property. We feel that's reasonable and would stand by it. We're also asking for no further contact with the victim, Robert Dale, and to stay away from 284 Glenwood Avenue, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Mr. Merrill?
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Sturgis, he's 39 years old, Your Honor. He is a lifelong resident of Georgia. Um, I know the state presented FTAs, but I didn't hear the years in those, Your Honor. But be as it may, he does have a Fulton County address, which shows that he does have ties to our community. He also has three children, Your Honor. Um, he is currently unemployed, Your Honor. I do understand that his total bond currently is 1,900. And Your Honor, I didn't see a hold pop up when he was booked into the jail for the fraud. My understanding is that that fraud case may be linked to this financial transaction card fraud that he's going to first appearance for. That's my general understanding. Um, and then to be in Your Honor, that I anticipate him having a significantly low bond in that particular case. That case is about using a card at a gas station with a soda, Your Honor. And then in our particular case before us is the theft by taking, which is he alleged, as ASG Spear indicated, was mail, and the damage to the mailbox, which is $41. Your Honor, my client, because of he's unemployed and I imagine him having to get either a low bond. Your Honor, I am asking that you reduce the bond. I'm asking that the bond is reduced to um I'm asking that the bond, I would like the bond to be set at 1,500 on each count, Your Honor. And so that we will be able to, whatever his felony bond may be, we can be able to refer him to the bill project. And so that, because he'll answer to the probation holdout of Dunaway courtroom. I mean, not probation hold, the probation violation, which is also holding him in.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $1,000 good bond. No further contact with Robert Dale, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Sturgis.
And Judge Morrow, just so you know, we still, the public defenders, myself and Miss Justine, we have not interviewed at ACDC at this time. And then I
Okay.
know there are two clients in which I don't have any warrants. I wouldn't be able to tell them anything about their case.
Give you the opportunity when ACDC gets on to properly interview those
Sure
those
thing.
clients, Mr. Merrill.
And Mr.
Okay.
Barrow, I sent you an email. This is Lamar Rhodes. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
And Judge Morrow, did we want to do the stay away from 284 Glenwood Avenue?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Spear.
Thank
He
you.
needs to stay away from that location as well. Who do we have next?
Number 28, Mr. Seno Kumar.
Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing, Your Honor. We did request an interpreter. We do have a Spanish client. I don't know if the clerk has seen my email, but we need that for one of our clients today.
Okay, thank you. We'll see when we can get an interpreter on the line. Position number 28. Good afternoon, Mr. Sintha Kumar. You have been charged since case 25 CR 008262A with simple battery family violence, 2 counts. Is there a history? Good afternoon, Mr. Winters. You representing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's see. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
There is no history and his recommended level is level 1, nothing further.
Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. The long and short of it is that the defendant pushed his mother and then his father, which is why the 2 counts of simple battery. We've spoken with both. They are both present on the Zoom call if they wish to speak, but essentially they are not in fear for their safety, so we're not asking for a stay away. We are asking for a $2,000 surety. That's $1,000 on each charge. No further violent contact with each of them. And 4 anger management courses or awareness program, however you want to word it, simply because the genesis of the argument was folded clothes, and it seemed like quite a way to go from folding clothes to pushing both mother and father. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
If either dad would like to address the court, I'm happy to have you do that. Now is your opportunity to do that if you choose to do so. You obviously do not have to unless you choose. If you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to raise your right hand and I'll have to swear you in. Would you like to address the court this afternoon?
Judge, I think they just really want to lay the foundation. And if the court has any misgivings about allowing their son to come home, they would like to talk to the court. Otherwise, I think they'd like to reserve their statement. So I guess if the court has any misgivings, I would like to have Dad kind of lay that foundation, but otherwise I'd like to reserve their statements at this time.
That's fine, Mr. Winters. Given that this is their son, this is his first arrest, I'm inclined to send him through pretrial unless you want to. So it will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 on both of the counts, which makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with his parents and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Would that suit you, Mr. Winters?
Yes, Your Honor. Just as far as the pretrial conditions go, is he going to be reporting on a monthly basis or?
Ms. Stallworth, can you address that for me, please?
Give me just a minute, Your Honor. Yes, it's monthly, Your Honor.
Any other questions, Mr. Winters?
Yes, Your Honor. Otherwise, sounds acceptable. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good luck to you all. Anything further this afternoon, Mr. Winters?
No, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, enjoy your holiday. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Thank you. Okay, who do we have next?
Number 7, Ms. Cook.
Good afternoon, Ms. Cook. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008286H with failure to signal lane change, improper erratic lane change, reckless driving, 2 counts, attempt to misrepresent a tag, failure to maintain insurance, and expired or no license plate or decal. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. She has 18 cycles. There are 6 outside of the 10-year period. There's multi-state interaction out of Ohio and also South Carolina. Her recommended level is level 3. Nothing further to report.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Rhodes. But I mute there, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Judge. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
As it relates to Ms. Cook, Your Honor, the state is not opposed to pretrial services level 3 supervision. There are quite a few infractions here. We are asking for the bonds to be set at $1,000 each, which would be for a $7,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3 supervision. And that is based on her criminal history and the number of cycles that she does have. We're asking that at this time that she refrains from any driving. There was a driving on an expired or license plate or decal and a failure to maintain insurance. And then of course, given the infractions with the 2 counts of reckless driving and the erratic driving, we think that while on bond, if she would refrain from driving at this time, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And I believe that that is it for the moment, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Who's representing Ms. Cook?
That'd be me, Your Honor, Attorney Rainford.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Rainford. Any objection to the signature bond?
No, Your Honor, no objection.
Okay, and I'm gonna have, if she does not have a valid driver's license, of course, she cannot drive. So I'm gonna order that, no driving without a valid license. Along with $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3 on each charge, makes for a total of a $7,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Cook.
Thank you.
Then we got number 10, Mr. Grady.
No.
Good afternoon, Mr. Grady. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008275E with public drunk and simple battery. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Grady has 51 cycles. There's multi-state interaction. He has 7 outside of the state of Florida. He has 6 2021 convictions out of Florida, threatening a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer without violence, defraud an innkeeper under 300, trespassing, battery, and disorderly intoxication. He's currently on probation out of McDuffie County for interference with government property, willful obstruction of law enforcement officer, and criminal trespass. There's a 2020 conviction out of Fulton County for simple assault, a 2019 conviction out of Fulton for disorderly conduct, another 2020 conviction out of Fulton for criminal trespass, willful obstruction of law enforcement officer, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. There's a 2018 conviction for driving without a valid license, 2016 conviction for interference with government property, 9 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There are multiple FTAs, one of this year out of Riverdale, one in 2022 out of Fulton, another 2019 out of Fulton, 2019 out of DeKalb, 2 2018 out of Fulton, 1 2018 out of DeKalb, and 1 2018 out of Gwinnett, and 1 in 05 and 1 in 99 out of Fulton. Nothing further.
Spear.
Yes, Your Honor. Just briefly, the defendant was walking around El Rocio Mexican restaurant that's at 2873 Main Street, yelling, cursing. Apparently he was tripping over his steps, reeked of alcohol. He threw a drink at Miss Marlene Barboza. Our concern lies in that he just had this charge in 2020 in Florida, the large number of cycles in Georgia. He also has an FTA from May of this year, as well as an FTA, a probation violation out of 2019, 2022. The previous magistrate said a 1,000 surety on the public drunk and 1,200 on the simple battery. We ask that that remain. No further contact with the victim, Marlene Barboza. Stay away from El Rocio Mexican restaurant at 2873 Main Street. ADET, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Thank you, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Grady is 50 years old. He's been a lifelong resident of Georgia. He owns a landscaping and contract business. He has his master's in architecture from Clark Atlanta University. He mentioned to me that he has 4 kids total. He supports 2 of them as 2 of them are minors, Your Honor, and the other 2 are grown. We'd be asking for the lowest possible amount if Your Honor is inclined, or a signature bond if Your Honor is inclined for the signature bond, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt. He was recommended for level 3.
Thank you. For each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Grady.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Courtroom 2, I see that we have Ms. Chansey on the line. So as soon as you can make the person who needs her assistance available, we'd appreciate it. Good afternoon, Ms. Chansey.
Okay, next we go to number 17, Mr. Kaselka.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kaselka. You've been charged in case 25 CR 008277C with giving false information to law enforcement. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 40 cycles. There's multi-state interaction, 30 cycles out of Tennessee, 6 out of Michigan, and 2 out of California, 1 out of Alabama. There are 2 2021 convictions, 1 for assault, bodily injury, another one for public intoxication. There's a 2020 conviction for assault on officer, fear of bodily injury, a 2019 conviction for disorderly conduct, a 2024 conviction for ag assault. There are 13 outside of the 10-year period, and there are 2 FTAs more than 10 years old. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Good afternoon, Ms. Evans-Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, the officer was conducting a welfare check. He was located underneath a bridge. And this occurred December the 21st of 2025 at the intersection of Willingham Drive and East Main Street in East Point, Georgia. He provided the name of Jared Combs, which was not his name. At this particular time, the state is recommending in spite of his history, that the bond that's set at $100 now as a surety be set in this case, that he meet with social worker for the purposes of housing. And of course, we would ask that he stay away from the location. And the only description that we've been given is the intersection of Willingham Drive and East Main Street and East Point. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Yes, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 69 years old. He's been in Georgia for about 3 years. He's currently unemployed as well as residentially challenged, Your Honor. He does have his high school diploma. He received some college in horticulture at San Francisco Community College, as well as did some trade school at ABC Builders Electrical. Due to the fact that he's unemployed, I would be asking if the bond could be lowered even further. We would appreciate that. If not, what it's at is fine, Your Honor. And we will also be asking for the social worker visit as well. So I have that written down. I'll be requesting that shortly.
Signature. And Mr. Mayor, disposition 17, Mr. Selka. A social worker visit to assist with housing. He's to stay away from the incident location, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
How much was the bond again?
$1,000 signature bond through the jail.
All right, next we go on 23, Mr. Ramirez.
And Judge, what was position number that we just finished?
That was 17.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ramirez. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008254A with loitering and prowling. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 5
Señor
cycles.
Ramírez, usted ha sido acusado en el
Oh,
caso.
I'm sorry, I was not aware that this was the gentleman who needed the interpreter.
Correct.
And you're ready to go with this, Mr. Merrill? You had an opportunity to speak with him? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
Usted
sorry, Ms.
está acusado por deambular sin rumbo y merodear en el caso 25CR 008254A. ¿Hay antecedentes?
Stallworth.
He has 5 cycles, 2 out of Kentucky, 1 out of California for immigration. He has an open case out of the city of Atlanta for criminal trespass.
Él tiene 5 ciclos de procesos, una del estado de Kentucky, una del estado de California por inadmisibilidad de extranjero, y también tiene un caso abierto en la ciudad de Atlanta.
That arrest date was December the 9th of this year.
Y esto fue el 9 de diciembre de este año, el incidente.
He also has another open case out of the city of Atlanta for disorderly conduct. That
Él
arrest,
también, él
I'm
también
sorry.
tiene otro cargo de la ciudad de Atlanta por conducta negligente.
That arrest date is November the 26th of this year.
Y ese arresto ocurrió el 26 de noviembre de este año.
He has an FTA for December the 12th of this year out of Fayette County, Kentucky.
Él tiene una falta de asistencia ante el tribunal del 12 de diciembre de este año.
Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, Your Honor. Defendant was seen on the security cameras in the backyard of 569 Spring Valley Road. That residence belongs to a Carol Bunn.
El acusado fue visto en las cámaras de seguridad del jardín trasero del domicilio 569 Valley Road, y la residencia le pertenece a Carol Bunn.
He couldn't provide answers as to why he was present.
Él no pudo dar respuestas explicando la razón de por qué estaba ahí.
Due to the FTA and the immigration issues, we're asking for a $2,000 surety. No further contact with Carol Bunn. Stay away from 569 Spring Valley Road. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Debido al incumplimiento de comparecencia y las cuestiones de inmigración, estamos solicitando una fianza de $2,000 bajo garantía, no tener ningún contacto alguno con Carol Bunn, y se prohíbe el uso de drogas, alcohol y armas mientras esté libre bajo fianza.
Ms. Mary?
Yes. Your Honor, my client is 25 years old.
Mi cliente, su señoría, tiene 25 años de edad
He does have two children with the ages of 5 and 7,
y tiene dos hijos de edad de 5 y 7.
and he's also currently unemployed.
Y la actualidad él está desempleado.
Your Honor, when I was speaking with him, English was a very strong barrier for him.
Cuando estuve hablando con él, la barrera del lenguaje era muy fuerte.
I mentioned this because the warrant indicates that he didn't give reasons to the officer as to why he was at the location.
El motivo por el cual estoy explicando esto, porque en la orden de arresto, el oficial dice que no dio explicaciones para hacer saber por qué estaba ahí.
I mentioned this because it's my understanding the officer was speaking English to him and he does not understand English at all.
Y también lo menciono porque yo entiendo que el oficial estaba hablando a él en inglés y él no entiende el inglés para nada.
And I also asked him, is he able to even read English? He indicated that he said no.
También le pregunté si él puede leer o hablar el inglés y la respuesta fue no.
That may give reason why he may have missed court in Kentucky if he can't read the notice.
Esa debe ser el motivo por el cual tuvo una incomparecencia en el estado de Kentucky porque no pudo leer la notificación para nada.
The defense is asking if you would give him a signature bond.
El acusado solicita una fianza bajo firma.
I'm not sure if pretrial services has someone that can speak Spanish to keep him informed of everything, but that would be my hopes so that he can be able to be aware of court notices, etc.
Él está solicitando una fianza bajo firma y los servicios previos al juicio, no estoy seguro si tienen alguien que hable español para mantenerlo informado a él de todo, pero yo espero, tengo la esperanza de que él pueda poder recibir las notificaciones para sus comparecencias.
It would be my hopes that he'll be able to speak with the Spanish person while out on bond, nothing further from defense.
Es mi esperanza que él pueda hablar con alguien en español mientras esté libre bajo fianza. Nada más.
Do you have something further, Ms. Spear?
I was just wondering if Miss Stallworth would be able to let us know if there is a Spanish-speaking person. Otherwise, if in fact he can't read or write and that's why he FTA'd, he will in fact FTA again. So I'm just wondering if Miss Stallworth would be able to provide some information on that.
I'm
Quisiera
pretty
saber
sure,
si la señora Dowdle puede informar si hay alguien que pueda comunicarse con él en español.
I'm pretty sure they use the language line. for those participants that have a language barrier. As far as somebody specifically in the office, I'm not aware of that.
Yo estoy seguro que se puede usar la línea de lenguaje por teléfono para todos aquellos que tengan, no se puedan comunicar en inglés, pero no tengo el conocimiento si hay alguien que hable español en la oficina.
My understanding that there is someone at pretrial that will be able to speak with him in Spanish, but it is not pretrial's responsibility to keep him informed of his court dates.
Yo tengo el conocimiento de que hay alguien que puede hablar en español con ellos en la oficina de asuntos previos al juicio, pero no es la responsabilidad de la oficina de tener este tipo de avisos o ser responsable para que él se presente.
And quite often, by the time pretrial does inform him, he will have already missed the court date.
Y muy a menudo en la oficina de asuntos previos al juicio le informan a él y si, por ejemplo, él ya hubiese perdido una cita en el tribunal.
So, Mr. Ramirez, it will be your responsibility to make sure that if you get any notices from the court, that you find someone to translate those notices so that you do not miss court.
Entonces, señor Ramírez, va a ser su responsabilidad asegurarse que si usted recibe alguna notificación del tribunal, el encontrar a alguien que le traduzca esas cartas de notificación para que usted no pierda otra cita ante el tribunal.
With that said, it will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No
Y al
further.
Al decir eso, va a ser ordeno una fianza de $1,000 bajo firma a través de los servicios previos al juicio en el nivel 1.
Contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Debe mantener distanciamiento y ningún contacto con la víctima, mantenerse distanciado del lugar del incidente y también se prohíbe el uso de drogas, armas y alcohol.
I'm sorry. Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
He has a question.
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
¿Estaré libre hoy?
Am I gonna be released today?
Go ahead, Mr. Merrill.
Yeah, tell him that we can't control when he'll be released. He may be released today or tomorrow, but he will be released without paying.
No podemos controlar cuándo lo van a poner en libertad. Usted puede estar en libertad hoy o mañana, pero, o sea, no tendrá que pagar para quedar en libertad.
Okay. Do we have any other cases that we require Ms. Chancey for this afternoon?
Not for me. Miss Rainwater, not Miss Rainwater, Miss Rainford, do you have any Spanish speakers?
She's on the phone right now.
Oh, I don't think so, to my knowledge.
No.
Estaré en libertad
Y no,
dice
no.
hoy o mañana, ¿no sabes? ¿Seguro?
¿Perdón?
Que si estaré en libertad hoy o mañana, ¿es seguro?
So, is it certain that I will be released today or tomorrow?
Yes.
Sí.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you, Ms. Chancey.
You're welcome. Merry
Have a
Christmas,
happy
everyone.
holiday. Yes,
You
you as well.
too.
Thank you.
All right, next we got number 18, Mr. LeCue.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. LeCue. You've been charged in case 25 CR 008250A with simple battery family violence. there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor, give me just a moment. Let me get to his-
And Your Honor, I think we have a consent bond in this, Your Honor.
Okay.
Miss-
It's my understanding a consent signature bond.
Okay, Ms. Evans Battle, is that, thank you, Ms. Stallworth. Ms. Evans Battle, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you put that on the record for me?
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking and making a recommendation for $2,000 SOB through pretrial services level 1. It is for the battery family violence. No further contact with Tazina Ula, spelt TAZEENAULLAH. Complete 3 anger awareness classes, no further violations of the law, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And that is our recommendation, Judge.
And I have it's a simple battery family violence, is that right?
Yes, the simple battery family violence.
Okay, is that your understanding, Mr. Merrill?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, Mr. LaCue.
All right, then we got 26, Mr. Robinson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Robinson. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008259Y with simple battery family violence and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor, he has 14 cycles. There's a 2024 conviction out of Snellville for driving while license is suspended or revoked, and that was reduced. There's a 2022 conviction out of Gwinnett for forgery, 1st degree, and theft by deception. There's a 2021 conviction out of Fulton for armed robbery, possession of knife and firearm to commit, and a false imprisonment and burglary charge. There's an open case, 25 CR 007511Y, and there are 4 convictions outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
What is the open case, the charge?
Give me just a minute. I thought I had wrote down the charges.
It's the same as the one here, battery and cruelty to children in the 3rd.
Thank you, Ms. Stallworth. Yes, Ms. Spear.
Thank you, Your Honor. Defendant was supposed to gather his belongings and leave. There was a verbal altercation. Then after he left, he texted her, started apologizing, asked if he could come in. Once he got in, though, he started yelling, cussing, becoming sort of violent. When he realized that the victim was recording him, on her phone, sorry, he pushed her to the ground and tried to take her phone. At that time, she was holding their 2-month-old infant child. The defendant admitted to trying to take the phone from her, but denied physical contact. They spoke with a 9-year-old daughter who was present at the time. She advised that she saw the defendant push her mother to the ground while she's holding her infant sister. Because there's an open case of battery and cruelty to children, we're asking for $1,000 per charge. That's a $3,000 surety. No further contact with the victim, Kamisha, Kameisha, Canty, Canty, Family Violence Intervention Program, and to stay away from the apartments at 5500 Oakland Industrial Boulevard in South Fulton. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
And was Miss Canty, was she the alleged victim in the previous matter?
That is my understanding, but I do not have confirmation at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Merrill?
Yeah, I thought I didn't think that she was the victim in the previous case. I quickly looked up the accusation. I can just double check because it's here in Fulton County. Give me 1 second.
Somebody look up the bond order on that open case for me, please. Ms. Spear, if you have the ability to do that, can you do that for me?
And I can pull it up in just 2 seconds. My Odyssey was doing its own thing. Here we go. All right, it's 25 CR 007 511Y. According to the accusation, Your Honor, it says says just a juvenile. Just trying to see where the battery
It is,
accusation.
Your Honor. It's Kamisha Canty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she
And
basically.
so I need to know what the bond order says in regards to Ms. Canty. And who signed the bond and who and how much it was for.
Mr. Jordan says it's no further contact as well. She's also the victim in a case from 2017 that we know across, that I happened to stumble across.
That's
It was a 8,000 surety bond, Judge.
okay, 8,000.
bond signed by Judge Lowe.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jordan. I appreciate it. Yes, Mr. Mill.
Yes, Your Honor. So my client, he's 42 years old, Your Honor. He is a lifelong resident. I have confirmed that if he was released or when he's released, Your Honor, he would not have to go back to that location. Your Honor, he will be able to go live with his mother, Your Honor. He does present with some college, Your Honor. He does work at a fast food restaurant, Your Honor. I would ask that the bond is set. I was asking that the bond is set at 5,000, Your Honor, because of he works at a fast food restaurant. Without the assistance of the bail project, Your Honor, he would not be able to get out of bond at all. Your Honor, I am asking for I was asking for where did my recommendation go? I asked for 500 on each cruelty to children, and I asked for 4,000 on the simple battery, Your Honor. And that way he will be able to go through the bail project so that it can be able to help assist with paying for bond and any services we need. Anything
Your
more
Honor,
than
I'm sorry,
5,000
Mr.
he
Mill.
wouldn't be able to afford to get out.
I was just going to say, since we know the victim is here now, if Your Honor wishes to address her, we can sound
Okay.
her.
If Miss Kamisha Canty is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. And this is just a question to the lawyers. Does a simple battery, family violence support a cruelty to children charge?
As it is a form of battery, yes. I understand it's a simple battery, but it's still a form of battery.
Okay. It will be a $3,000 good bond for the simple battery, $1,000 for each of the other charges, makes for a total of a $5,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Canty. Stay away from the Oakland Industrial Boulevard address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Number 27, Mr. Rucker.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rucker. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008261J with criminal trespass and fare evasion. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 9 cycles. There's a 2017 conviction for possession, 5,000 plus counterfeit instrument, obtaining property of false pretense and identity theft. There's an open case, 25 SC 007357 for willful obstruction of law enforcement officer, giving false information, simple battery against police officer, police dog, or correction officer, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. There's a 2024 conviction of the City of Atlanta for driving while license suspended or revoked, and another open Fulton case for criminal trespass, willful obstruction, law enforcement officer. I don't have the case number for that one. Nothing further to report, and he was recommended for level 3.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, Your Honor. He was observed at the H.E. Holmes MARTA station, going through the emergency exit into the station. He had a Breeze card, but there was only 67 cents on it. After he was arrested, officer found an active MARTA suspension of 365 days. It was issued August 1st, effective October 11th, expires October 12th, 2026. Previous magistrate set it at 1,000 surety per charge. We ask that it remain since he just essentially committed the same crime 2 weeks ago, and to stay away from all MARTA stations. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Mr. Merrill?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is Mr. Rucker. He's 32 years old, Your Honor. He is a lifelong resident. He does have one child in which that child does stay with him, Your Honor. He also he has some college where he's done studied automotive body repair, Your Honor. It's my understanding to my client that when there was the suspension, there was on the form it indicated that he could like appeal this suspension, and that when he appealed it, he thought that it kind of would allow him while the appeal was going on to be able to enter onto MARTA. I told him that if he's out on bond, that you probably will order a stay away from MARTA, Your Honor. I do believe that that was a general misunderstanding, Your Honor, and that he understands now that if he is released on bond, that he cannot absolutely use MARTA at all. I would ask that you allow him to be able to go through a signature bond, Your Honor. He is currently working at Goodwill as a sales associate while he's finished his studies in automotive body repair, Your Honor.
For each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $1,000 good bond. Stay away from MARTA, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Rucker.
All right, next we got number 29, Mr. Spain. Hey, Fred.
Good afternoon, Mr. Spain. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008263E with driving under the influence of alcohol less safe. Is there a history, Ms. Dolwer? You're on mute there.
My apologies. He has 2 cycles from the state of Louisiana. He currently has a hold out of Douglasville for a probation violation. The date of that warrant was November the 5th of this year. And his last date of arrest was out of Louisiana, March 7, 2018 for fugitive. His recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Yes, Your Honor. This was a head-on collision at Camelton Road in Fulton Industrial, after which the defendant admitted to drinking a few beers. FSTs were performed. He was found to be impaired in the officer's opinion. We're asking for a $2,000 surety, ADET, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Tamara?
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Spank, he's 40 years old. He has been living in Georgia over 4 years, Your Honor. He does have an active mailing address. So on Odyssey, you're going to see the Shreveport, Louisiana address. That is just where mail is going, but he actually has an active address in Douglasville, Your Honor. But his parents stay in Shreveport, and that's where he likes his mail to go to. But he does have an active, like I said, he does have an active address off of Market Street in Douglasville. Be as it may, Your Honor, he does have his bachelor's degree. Um, he does work at Regions Financial Corporation. I would be asking that since pretrial indicated he's a recommendation for a SOB, Your Honor, I would ask that you allow him to be able to have a signature bond. As pretrial has indicated, he has limited history and no FTAs at all, which to me indicates that he doesn't pose a significant risk of fleeing from our jurisdiction, of committing a crime against person of property, committing a felony, and there's no witness to intimidate.
Be a $1,000 good bond. no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Spain.
All right, next we got number 20, Mr. Moore.
And she has the piece.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moore. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008268C with theft by shoplifting, criminal trespass, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 49 cycles, 2 out of Florida. He is currently on probation out of Clayton County for theft by shoplifting, sentenced date May 3rd of 2024. Currently on probation out of Fulton County for theft by shoplifting and willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. That sentence date was October the 10th of this year. He has a 2019 conviction out of Chamblee for theft by shoplifting, 2017 conviction for theft by taking out of Fulton, 2016 conviction out of Fulton for violation of family violence order. He has a 2025 FTA from Clayton County, 2024 from Riverdale, another 2022 out of Riverdale, and 13 convictions outside of the 10-year period. His recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Sevens panel.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Moore was at Walmart located at 6149, and he was going through the store taking tags and altering the prices on items. When the officers got there and he saw the officers, then he took off running, and they were able to detain him. He had previously been criminal trespassed from that location for shoplifting. And at this time, our bond recommendation is for $1,500 as to the shoplifting case, as to the criminal trespass, $1,000, as to the obstruction, $1,500. So that would be $4,000 as a surety bond in this particular case. Nothing further. Thank you.
Mayor?
Yes, Your Honor. Before us is Mr. Jermaine Moore. He's 56 years old. He's lived in Georgia over 30 plus years, Your Honor, so he doesn't pose a risk of fleeing from our jurisdiction, Your Honor. He does have an active address where he lives with his aunt out of Fulton County, Your Honor. He also has 7 children, one of them being a newborn. Your Honor, he is currently unemployed. My recommendation that I was asking, I know you're concerned with him having so many convictions when it comes to theft and on probation. I am asking for a $1,000 on the theft by shoplifting. I'm asking for 500 on the criminal trespass and a signature bond on the obstruction. So I'm asking for a split bond. So it'd be 1,500.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $1,500 good bond. Stay away from the incident location, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Moore.
All right, next we got 25, Mr. Reed.
And Your Honor, Mr. Reed has a co-defendant also with the last name Reed. I'm not sure if you want to do both at the same time.
Is that Zaire Reed, position 24?
I believe so, Your Honor. Yes, it's Zaire Reed and Alan Reed.
Right here, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, very good. So this is Zaire Reed here at ACDC.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because the attorney? No, she has not spoken to Attorney Brashear.
Okay, so we are on position 25, Alan Reed. I'm told that there is a co-defendant, Zaire Reed. Is Zaire Reed either in courtroom 2 or ACDC?
ACDC, Your Honor, but she has not spoken to her
Oh,
attorney.
she has not
Okay.
spoken. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. So who's going to be representing? Do we have a conflict?
No, you don't have a
Attorney?
conflict attorney according to Michael Jordan's email.
Okay, so, and you're representing Alan Reed, Mr. Merrill?
It's my understanding that I'll be representing Miss Reed. That's an ACDC.
Okay, so, and you haven't spoken with Miss Reed?
No, I haven't spoken with anybody in ACDC.
Okay. So can we go ahead and can we go to someone else, aside from Mr. Alan Reed and Miss Zaire Reed? If we can, how many people do you have at ACDC, Mr. Merrill?
I don't have a count. I just usually just call and then I just let them come to the phone.
And we have about maybe 8.
Okay, so let's go ahead and courtroom 2, if we can do just if you have Miss Rainford's clients in courtroom 2, let's go ahead and do her cases if there are some in courtroom 2. Mr. Merrill, you go ahead and call ACDC and speak with whomever you need to speak with, okay?
Actually, Ms. Rainford's talking to ACDC now, so we read some Mr. Morrell's cases.
Oh, okay, so Ms. Rainford's already talking with ACDC, is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll do it the opposite way. Then we'll give her the opportunity to speak with all of her clients, and we'll do Mr. Merrill's cases in courtroom 2, and then we'll switch over. Will that work for
Your Honor.
everybody?
Yes, and what are we going to do about Mr. Reed?
I will explain that. I will explain
Oh, okay.
to him when I have him back before me.
Understand.
Okay, all right, very good. So who do we have in courtroom 2 now?
Number 30, Mr. Spearman.
Okay. Mr. Spearman, good afternoon. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008264E with criminal trespass. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 1 cycle. There's an open case, 25 CR 003296E. It's in dormant status and it's for battery family violence and simple battery family violence. He does have an FTA from this year, and his recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, I also show you his warrants out of Atlanta and Fulton County Sheriff. This is a case between mother and son, I believe. The victim, Miss Crystal Cooper, called the police because he punched her 50-inch flat screen TV. He admitted to damaging the TV. The officer who responded, Officer Franklin, said that he has firsthand knowledge of both parties. This is not the first time handling disputes between them. In fact, there was an arrest made on the exact same day, on June 11th, 2025, involving Malik Spearman under APD case number 251-621-507. They responded to the same address, 150 Fairfield Place. This one was between Mr. Spearman and the victim's husband. Defendant had used a broomstick and hit Mr. Reynolds and gave him a black eye. Sorry, no, wait, busted lip. I'm sorry. In fact, the officers had been there earlier the day and was arrested and charged with battery DV, which is the open case currently pending. Based on the repetitive nature of this violence, we are asking for the $1,500 already set, the $1,500 surety to remain, no further contact with the victim, Crystal Cooper, and 8 anger management awareness courses based on the history, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Crystal Cooper is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Mr. Merrill?
Yes. Your Honor, before us is Mr. Spearman. He's 21 years old, Your Honor. He does have a valid address. Well, his address will be changing. Let me say that. His address will be changing, but he did have an address out of Fulton County, Your Honor. He is currently unemployed. I would like to indicate that, Your Honor, his open case, which is 25 CR 003296E as in Edward, Your Honor. It's my believing that that is the exact same case as this. I believe that this arises from the same transaction, Your Honor, because in the case that I just cited, the warrants were out for the same day, same location, from a time of 3:20 to 5:40. Those warrants were sworn out on June 11th. And then these warrants are for the same day, same place, The only difference is that it just shows an hour before. It says 2 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. But these warrants were sworn out on June 24th. Your Honor, I imagine that all of this needs to be going to Judge Morrison's courtroom because I believe that this is all one same case. Be as it may, Your Honor, I am asking that because of that, I am asking if he can receive a signature bond on this particular case. It's my understanding, even because especially with the had he, I would believe that had this all been I'm sorry, if all the charges would have been added properly at the same time, he would have received a signature bond on his particular case altogether. I understand that he does have one cycle, which is the previous case, and one FTA which is that same case he has failed to appear on November 6th. He said he was not aware, he had not received notice about it. Your Honor, I did give him information to speak with someone in our office that's assigned to Jane Morrison's courtroom, and I would just ask that you allow him to be able to go out on the signature bond as he continues to fight his open case out of Jane Morrison, where he's presumed innocent.
Okay, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. At this point in time, no further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. He can go back to that location if need be on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Spearman.
I next got 33, Mr. Troutman.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Troutman. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008249G with simple assault, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, and terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 4 cycles, one out of the state of South Carolina. He has a 2022 conviction for assault and battery 3rd degree out of Richland County, South Carolina. He has an open case 25 CR 006032G for terroristic threats and acts and criminal trespass damage to property. He has another open case, which is also a pretrial case, 25 CR 000830G for simple battery and affray, and another City of Atlanta open case for driving while license suspended or revoked, and that arrest date was December the 12th. Nothing further. Oh, his
Thank you.
recommended level is level 2. My apologies.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. On December 20th, the officer responded to 293 Love Street and spoke with LaDonna Bolton, who said that she and her son-in-law, Eric Troutman, had been involved in a verbal altercation. She stated this has been going on for a very long time. They are the cases that pretrial previously mentioned. She said that he's responsible for vandalizing her home, breaking her windows, breaking her gate, threatening her and her daughter through text messages, etc. APD report number 250352202. Officer was able to confirm the lengthy history at this address between these two. When they came back this time, he was already there. He swung at the victim and attempted to hit her, but he missed. She said that he left, saying he was going to be late for work. Officer said he's not here right now. Call 911 if he returns. About an hour later, he was outside the residence who said he needed a jump for his vehicle. While that was happening, he asked Ms. Bolton, the victim, to come outside. When that happened, the defendant started walking away, went between the house and a corner. Officer gave, I won't say chase, but followed him. Officer instructed him to stop. He did not. There was a brief foot chase. When he was being transported, Mr. Troutman said some things that I won't repeat in kind company in open court, but essentially threatened to do physical violence to the officer. We are asking for a $3,000 surety based on the lengthy history these two have. That's $1,000 per charge. No further contact with LaDonna Bolton. Stay away from 293 Love Street. And 8 anger management courses, again, based on the various different types of violence that have been alleged and convicted of, as well as the fact that there's quite the history is there enough for the officer to recognize the name and address. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Thank you. Mr. Merrill?
Yes, before us is Mr. Eric Trotman. He's 27 years old. He does have a valid, I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay, yes. He does have a valid address out of Fulton County off of Campbellton Road. He does present with 3 children, Your Honor, and he also, as far as education goes, he has went to trade school and study to be an electrician, Your Honor. That is also where he has his professional certifications, Your Honor. I would be asking on the simplest thought, I'm asking for a $1,000 bond, Your Honor. It's my understanding that he was slammed onto the ground, and that is where the provocative language, he basically told the officer he would slap him if we were on the street. It's my also understanding, Your Honor, that not only was he just slammed to the ground, but he also went to Grady for these, for the incident that happened between the officer, Your Honor. And so I would ask for a signature bond on the obstruction and the terroristic threat, Your Honor. And then I would ask just for $1,000 bond on the simple assault. I know you're concerned about the open cases.
Okay, for the simple assault will be $1,000 good bond. For each of the other charges will be a $500 good bond. Makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Boatman. Stay away from the Love Street address. 8 anger management courses. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Troutman.
All right, let's gonna add on to Mr. Levette.
I have notes, but I just don't have it on my calendar.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah.
the add account number 2.
Oh,
So you have spoken with him, Mr. Merrill?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Just
good
give me
afternoon.
1 second about the add-on calendar. Oh, I see it.
Okay,
Correct.
good afternoon, Mr. Levette. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008287E with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 11 cycles. There's a 2024 conviction out of Cherokee County for possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Another 2024 conviction out of Cherokee for criminal trespass. A 2023 conviction out of Cobb County for driving while license suspended or revoked. A 2020 conviction out of Marietta for possession of marijuana less than an ounce. That was reduced to a non-fingerprintable charge. A 2016 conviction out of Woodstock for expired license. There are multiple FTAs, one from this year out of Cherokee County, one from 2024 out of Cherokee County, a 2023 from Cobb County, and a 2019 from Marietta. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. Officer Smith went to the home of the victim in this case, Shanice Berkeley. The location is 2406 Sandalwood Drive in Sandy Springs. It's my understanding that Mr. Levette is the biological father of her child. It appeared that the child was playing with something in the household, and an argument ensued while he was visiting with the child. And as a result of that particular argument, he grabbed her by the throat and threw her to the ground. Our bond recommendation is for $3,500 security bond, that he have no further contact with her, that if the court is going to consider visitation with the child, that be done by a third party, that he stay away from the location of 2406 Sandalwood Drive. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Merrill?
Yes, Your Honor. Before us is Mr. Levette. Oh, yes. Is Mr. Levette, Your Honor. He is 29 years old. He has spent 9 years in Georgia. He does have 2 children, One of the children has autism, Your Honor, and the children does reside with him, Your Honor. He is currently he's transitioning from one job. He will be starting his next job at Rooms to Go, which is going to be right after Christmas. Your Honor, I haven't notated that the warrant in the system um is on its face, according to OCGA 17-4-41, is defective because it doesn't even list the victim's name. And we will argue that it doesn't put him on notice as to who he's being accused against of these allegations. For these reasons, Your Honor, I am asking that that he's giving a signature bond because the warrant is defective since it doesn't indicate the victim's name as in accordance with OCGA 17-4-41.
It will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with Ms. Berkeley. Stay away from the Sandalwood Drive address. Third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Levette.
All right, let's go on number 2, Mr. Ash.
Okay.
Is there any more of my clients that's there? Let me see.
No, sir. The rest of you got ACDC.
Okay. Give me just 1 second.
So you'll go ahead and call ACDC, Mr. Merrill.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if Miss Rainford was done with. Okay, cool beans.
Okay, yeah, she's back with us. Thank you.
Mhm.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ash. You've been charged in case 25 CR 008267G with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 2 cycles. One of the cycles is out of the state of Florida. His last date of arrest was January the 1st of 2023 out of Pensacola, Florida for battery, touch, or strike, and it did result in a dismissal. The recommended level is UJR jail, and there are no convictions. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes? Sorry, you're on mute, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you, Judge. Again, I was able to send over a consent bond to counsel. I don't know if she had a chance to review it. Uh,
I had a chance to review it. I have no objection.
Alrighty. Judge,
You want to put that on the record? Thank you, Mr. Rhodes.
yes, Your Honor. As it relates to the consent bond, the state is asking for a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1 supervision. That he at this time has no further contact with Ashton, and that's spelled ASHTIN, Ash. No alcohol, weapons, or drugs while on bond, and that he undergoes 3 anger awareness classes while out on through pretrial services. And that is the recommendation that we're offering, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, I did not see the no contact that we do have an issue with.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would be objecting to the no contact.
Yeah. All right. So it's not quite consent, Your Honor. We will stand by the other conditions. The basis for the and I understand. Thank you, Counselor. The basis for the state asking for no further contact was that we were unable to reach Miss Ashton Ash to get a good idea. I see that there's a Yanni Ash. I don't know if that's Ashton.
I also spoke with Miss Ash earlier today.
Okay.
Okay,
You wouldn't-
is this Miss Ash that's on the line here? May I speak with her, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, I don't know if that's Ashton or Yanni. I don't know if that's the right one, but yes, Judge, please.
Okay.
Ashton is on.
Okay, tell me who is on.
Ashton Ash, I'm here.
Okay, oh, Ashton, okay, yes, ma'am, can you come on video for me?
I'm kind of at work, but yes.
Well, if you want to address the court, you're gonna have to come on video for me. If you don't want to address the court and don't want to have any contact with this gentleman, then you certainly don't have to address the court.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm able to access the camera.
She said she's not able to access her
That
camera,
she's
Your
not
Honor.
able to access the camera, Your Honor.
Okay, and were you able to speak with her, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, I spoke with her earlier today and she mentioned that, they're fine now. So that's why I would be objecting to the no further contact.
And Your Honor, my only issue with it is that I know that my office, we called her at least 4 times today, and even sent text messages. We were not able to get her, but there was an incident, Your Honor, back in July of this year. There were no arrests made in that incident, but where the police were called out to the same location, same house, involving the same 2 individuals. And they did admonish Mr. Ash during that particular time. And they did note that they were called out in July in the incident report as well as the warrant. 2 incidences not far apart from each other, Your Honor. I do think that they probably, and during that incident, I point out to the judge that they indicated that there was property damage that they noted. Although they didn't make any arrests, I just assumed maybe the property was his. But given they were called out 2 times and we were not able to make contact with her earlier, despite our attempts, several of them, we have cause for pause as it relates to the contact. But obviously, that's within Your Honor's discretion. I would say that we do stand by the $3,000 signature bond pretrial services level 1, and then the 3 anger awareness classes. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so, Ms. Rainford, if I allow contact, I'm also going to, have him start the Family Violence Intervention Program, okay? So it will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, the Family Violence Intervention Program, no further violent contact with the alleged victim, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. And Mr. Jordan will just have that made up as a regular bond.
Thank
Okay? All right. Good luck to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next, number 4, Mr. Bonner.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bonner. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008260D with theft by deception. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 41 cycles. There's a 2023 conviction out of DeKalb County for theft by deception and forgery, 4th degree. There's a 2024 conviction out of Gwinnett for forgery, 4th degree. 2021 conviction out of Fulton for simple battery, family violence. Another 2021 conviction out of Fulton County for battery, family violence. Currently on probation out of Clayton County for theft by taking. There's a 2021 conviction out of Fulton for battery, family violence, and cruelty to children, 3rd degree. He's currently on probation for theft by deception, 24 CR 005088D, sentence date August 20th of this year. And then there's another case on probation, 24 CR 005087D, also theft by deception and same sentence date. There's an open case for the city of Atlanta for theft by deception. There's a 2018 conviction out of Fulton for forgery, 4th degree. A 2018 conviction out of Fulton for financial transaction card theft. A 2016 conviction out of Fulton for disorderly conduct. A 2016 conviction for purchase, possession, or having control of a Schedule 3, 4, or 5. And a 2016 conviction out of Fulton for criminal trespass. There are 3 convictions outside of the 10-year period. And the last date of arrest was November the 14th of this year out of Gwinnett for a probation violation. There is an FTA 2022 from Athens, Clark County. The 2017, 2016, and 2015 FTA from Fulton. Nothing further.
Yes, Mr. Rhodes.
Yes, Your Honor. Probably no surprise. I did not send a consent bond over for this one. This incident did arise from October 20th, 2025 incident where the victim, whose name is Mr. Thiam, Thiam, discovered that 2 money orders that was deposited into an account where he was approached by the defendant and asked for help and for assistance in depositing 2 $25 money orders. at Mr. Thiem's personal bank account. Mr. Thiem agreed and allowed him to use his bank account so that he can accomplish the deposits. Several days later, Mr. Thiem noticed that the money orders were altered from $25 to $400, and that was on each, totaling in $800, and it resulted in an unauthorized $800 withdrawal in Mr. Thiem's account. On October 20th, 2025, Wells Fargo Bank, they did provide surveillance. They had to go through extreme measures to get the images of the suspect in that particular case. The images were submitted to intelligence for facial recognition analysis. Crimes and intelligence analysts did conduct those analysis, and they identified Mr. Terrence Bonner, who is here before us today. That identification was corroborated by comparing his driver's license, photograph, and other booking photos that they had of the defendant from those 42 cycles that Your Honor just heard about. The investigation did conclude they did a six-pack on December 1st, and Mr. Thiem positively identified Mr. Terrence Bonner as the individual who approached him on June 20th of 2025 and conducted the fraudulent deposits using the altered money orders. And so therefore it is charged as theft by deception, Your Honor, because of the deceptive manner of how this actually happened. Your Honor has already heard the extensive history of this particular defendant, the fact that he is currently on probation and that he has prior convictions of a similar nature. It shows a propensity to not change, Your Honor. As such, we are asking for a good bond in the amount of $10,000 that he completes and undergo an anti-theft course, Your Honor. That he has no alcohol, drugs, and weapons while out on bond. I do not believe he knows the defendant personally, so I'm not going to ask for no further contact there. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bonner is 31 years old. He's been in Georgia all his life. He currently works with a traffic control agency where he helps when there's like construction and road work going on with the stop signs and the flags, Your Honor. He mentioned that he went through 12th grade. He currently has 4 minor children that he supports. He mentioned to me that he would not be able to afford much and that he would have to sell things to make or post a bond, Your Honor, and that he's actually not on probation anymore. So I would be asking for a signature bond if Your Honor is inclined, and if not, for the lowest possible amount, given the circumstances and given the fact that he would not be able to afford anything to post a bond because he would need to sell items in order to do so, Your Honor.
Will be a $5,000 good bond, an anti-theft class, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Bond.
Number 3, Mr. Ball.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ball. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008266B with 2 counts of battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 3 cycles out of the state of Florida. There are no convictions to report, and the recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Rhodes.
Yes, Your Honor, this is another where I was able to send over a consent bond, given the not given the non-extensive history, if you will. The priors out of Florida, they were from 2009, 2011, and 2012, respectively, and they were 2 of them were violent in nature. However, we were able to speak directly with the victim in this case. I believe she's on the line, and what we've told her that we would agree to is a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1 that he start and completes the 24-week FFIP program towards a diversion resolution of his case. and that he has no further violent contact with Miss Jocelyn. I have Hickenbotham, and I believe she is on the line. That's spelled Hickenbotham, but on here she does have Ball, and she did tell me that they were in fact married, so it may be Ball, Your Honor. And of course, no further violent contact with the son in the case. I believe he moved down to Florida with his dad, Your Honor, and the stepson, his name is David Dortch, spelled Dortch. And so I didn't know if that counsel was in agreement with that, but we did speak with the victim, and the victim was in fact in agreement.
Okay, let me
Thank
see,
you, Your Honor.
Miss Rainford.
Sorry about that.
Are you in agreement with the proposed consent?
I spoke with my client, Your Honor, and we're in agreement with the signature bond. However, the 24-week FFIT program was not something that my client would want to participate in, Your Honor. And so we'd be asking if that can be removed. Then we'd be in agreement with everything else.
Okay, Ms. Ball, if you would like to address the court, you certainly don't have to, but if you'd like to, now is your opportunity. If you choose to, I'll need for you to unmute yourself and I'll have to swear you in. Would you like to address the court, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
Just that I've never had any issues. We've never had any issues like this in our marriage. We have been together for almost 12 years and married for almost 8. And we've never had experienced any issues like this. My husband is a great father. He goes to work. He's been on his job for 13 years. This was just a family matter that got a little overheated.
Okay, and you'd like for him to come home?
Yes, sir.
You're not afraid of him?
No.
All right, thank you for
But,
being here this afternoon.
If
Yeah,
I
Mr.
can,
Rhodes?
yes, Your Honor, just briefly, Ms. Hickenbotham, Ms. Ball, how are you doing?
I'm well,
All right,
Mr. Rhodes.
and you and I spoke earlier today, is that right?
Yes, we did.
All right, and your son, how old is he?
He's
David.
17.
He was the one that in fact called the law enforcement officers in this incident, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And he indicated to them that during this incident that there was violence towards both you and him, meaning your son, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And officers did observe physical injuries, is that right?
To who? My son or?
To you and your son, or to your knowledge, if you know if they observed the physical injuries.
No, sir. I was not aware of that.
Okay. All right. And then let me ask you and when I spoke with you earlier, you said that you weren't even aware of the prior incidences of violence down in Florida. Is that
No,
right?
sir. No.
That he had a 2009 family violence case and a 2012 family violence case in Florida. You were not even aware of those.
No, sir.
All right. And when you and I spoke, you thought that the classes would not be a bad thing, that they would be advantageous. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ball. I appreciate you being here this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Anything further, Ms. Rainford?
No, Your Honor, I would just, if he needs to take the classes, if you would like him to take the classes, that's fine, but if he doesn't need to take them, we would be asking that he doesn't need to take them, Your Honor.
Okay, so this is not a consent, it will be a regular bond. If nothing further, it will be $2,500 for each charge, makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Ms. Ball or Mr. Dortch. We'll have him begin the family violence intervention program. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 12, Mr. Hale.
Yes, good afternoon. Mr. Hale, you have been charged in case 25 CR 008273G with criminal trespass and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 20 cycles, 3 of those out of the state of New York and 8 out of Louisiana. There's a 2017 conviction for criminal possession of controlled substance, 7th degree. He's currently on probation for robbery, 1st degree. There's a 2024 conviction for criminal trespass, another 2024 for simple battery, criminal trespass, a 2024 conviction for criminal trespass and willful obstruction of law enforcement officer, and a 2024 conviction for battery. There are several open cases still with Slidell, Louisiana, for ag assault, entering and remaining after forbidden, criminal trespass, theft under 1,000, disturbing the peace and resisting an officer, and entering and remaining. There's also an open case with Chambly for simple battery and willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. Another Chambly open case for PI and simple battery and willful obstruction of law enforcement officer, as well as an open case with the city of Atlanta for criminal trespass, and for Fulton 24 CR 006311G for criminal trespass. There is one conviction outside of the 10-year period, and the recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Yes, Your Honor. On December the 20th of 2025, Officer Casimir went to 30 Old Ivy Road Northeast regarding a trespasser. The caller was the manager of a restaurant called Hal's, the Steakhouse. And he was, Mr. Hale was at that location, had been told previously not to be on the property, that he could not come in to use the bathroom or anything of that nature. Once they were there, the manager had indicated that he knew he wasn't supposed to be on the property, but he was going to go anyway, and went into the restroom. Officers attempted to arrest him. He was pulling away, tried to flee. He struggled with the officers. I believe it was about 3 officers. It ended up being had to get him, and I believe he may have been tased as a result of his resisting the arrest. The bond amount that we're asking is for $1,000 as to each case, and that we see a social worker regarding housing and a BHET, that he stay away from Hal's, the Steakhouse, located at 30 Old Ivy Road, Northeast Atlanta. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hale is 32 years of age. He has a good mailing address. He's been in Georgia for about 2 years. He was born and raised in Florida and was in New York for a part of his life as well. He's currently working at a temp agency, Your Honor, and he mentioned to me that he has 1 year of college. I would be asking for a signature bond if Your Honor is inclined, and if not, for the lowest possible amount.
And will be $500 good bond per charge, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. A social worker visit to assess for BHET and assist with housing if necessary. Stay away from Hal's Steakhouse on Old Ivy Road. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Hale.
Number 13, Mr. Huckabee.
Yeah.
Hi, Nora.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Huckabee. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008274Y with loitering and prowling and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Huckabee has 6 cycles. There's a 2023 first offender out of DeKalb for robbery and battery in a public transit vehicle or station. There's a 2019 conviction out of Bartow County for possession of marijuana less than an ounce. The last date of arrest was September the 3rd of this year from Savannah, Chatham County for simple battery, and it appears to still be open. There is an FTA from 2019 out of Cherokee County, and the recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, on December the 20th of 2025, Officer Curley was at 625 Techwood Drive. That is on the Georgia Tech campus. He was able to see Mr. Huckabee, who was pacing back and forth in front of a door to one of the buildings. It was 1:15 in the morning. He stated he was waiting for a friend, but he didn't have the friend's name or number. He left the and started to the officer was asking for information. He wouldn't provide any, and he ran away from the location and was located at a later time. Another officer had indicated that he had seen him earlier pulling on door handles for Smith and Brown residence halls. At this time, we're asking for a bond in the amount of $1,000 surety bond as to each offense. And we would actually have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond, that he stay away from the 625 Techwood Drive as well as Georgia Tech campus properties at this time. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Huckabee is 25 years old. He's been in Georgia for about 14, 15 years. He was adopted from Ukraine, he mentioned, Your Honor. He went through the 11th grade. He just started working at Chipotle right before the incident took place, Your Honor. So he doesn't have any money to pay for a bond, Your Honor. He also mentioned to me that he is trying to get himself to go to CAB, Your Honor. I'd be asking that we add a social worker visit for housing and MHET, possibly BHET, Your Honor. And just for a signature bond, if Your Honor is inclined, if not, the lowest possible amount.
And for each charge will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2, makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Social worker visit to assess for a BHET and assist with housing if necessary. He's to stay away from the Georgia Tech campus. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Hey, Your
Good.
Honor. Hold on, sir. Thank you.
Good luck to you, Mr. Huckabee.
15, Mr. Ade.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ade. You've been charged in case 25 CR 008246E with pandering. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
There's one prior arrest, no convictions, and the recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the name.
it's position number 15, IDEH.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have a consent agreement for that particular case. We were asking for this to be an SOB through the jail for $2,000 SOB through the jail for the offense of pandering, and conditions of bond, just no further violations of the law, no alcohol, weapons, or drugs while out on bond.
Is that your understanding, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor, no objection.
Very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Ade.
Number 1, Mr. Anderson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Anderson. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008270J with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor, he has one cycle out of the state of Texas, and there's a 2012 conviction for assault. The recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. This is Mr. Terrence Anderson. He has a co-defendant that's also on the calendar. I don't know if she's been spoken with. Her name is Miss Felicia Norris. And on both Mr. Anderson and Miss Norris, these were simple battery family violence. The state's recommendation were going to be for both of them a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further violent contact with one another. So in this case, it would be with Felicia Norris, his cross defendant. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And this was simple battery. So 3 anger awareness classes through pretrial services while out on bond. And that would be for both he and Felicia Norris. Thank you, Judge.
Let's see, and you're representing Mr. Anderson, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that consent agreeable with you?
Yes, to confirm, it's the 3,000 signature bond, no alcohol, drugs, weapons, no further violent contact, and 3 anger awareness classes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's okay.
All right, so that will be through consent. Good luck to you, Mr. Anderson.
All right, let's go to number 5, Mr. Calhoun.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Calhoun. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008279J with battery family violence and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
There is one cycle, no convictions, and the recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to Mr. Calhoun, thank you, Judge. I'm sorry. I had 3 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, but what we were
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I missed one. Yes.
we were recommending and we sent over to the defense was a $5,000 sign-on bond through pretrial services level 1. And the breakdown is 2,000 signature bond pretrial services level 1 on the battery family violence and 1,000 on each of the cruelty to children in the 3rd for a total of $5,000, Your Honor. No further violent contact with Shakia Carter. And I believe our office was in contact with Ms. Carter from the notes I read from the victim advocate. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And we were given the option between a 24-week family violence intervention program because of that prior, although it was a non-conviction, or 3 anger awareness classes, whichever choice.
Your Honor, we would, the 5,000 on no alcohol, drugs, weapons, the 3 anger awareness classes, and no further violent contact is okay with my client.
Okay, Mr. Rhodes, if you'll put the 3 anger awareness
Yes, Your Honor.
there, so that's done by consent. Good luck to you, Mr. Calhoun.
Thank you, Your Honor. How much did I get? I'm sorry.
It's 2,000 for the battery family violence and 1,000 for each of the other charges, makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Okay?
All right, next we got number 8, Mr. Da Silva. Yes, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Da Silva. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008284J with simple battery family violence and criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor, there's one cycle and it appears to be an open case, 24 CR 000892J for simple assault family violence and simple battery family violence. That arrest date was February the 25th of 2024. Nothing further.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. He's similarly situated. terms of a non-extensive criminal history. We were recommending a $3,500 sign-on bond through pretrial services level 1. The breakdown on the simple battery family violence, we were asking for 2,500, 1,000 on the criminal trespass. We were not able to make contact with Erica Carty, that's spelled E-R-I-K-A, and Carty is C-A-R-T-Y. So we are asking for no further contact with Erica Carty at this time. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond, and 3 anger awareness courses. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Carty is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. De Silva is 34 years old. He currently works at El Porton, the restaurant where he's a server. He obtained his high school diploma from North Gwinnett High School. The alleged victim in this case is his wife, Your Honor. They do live together. They do share a child together, as well as he helps take care of her children that they do not share together, Your Honor. There was no physical contact between them, so I'd be asking that there is no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case. The signature bond is fine and the anger awareness classes are fine. We just prefer that there's no further violent contact, given the fact that they do live together. There weren't any physical violence involved in this matter, Your Honor. And he helps take care of her children as well as the children that they share together, Your Honor.
Are you able to pull up the bond order on the open case for me? Or Mr. Jordan, are you able to do that for me? I need to know who the alleged victim is in that case and who signed the bond and what it was for.
Check real quick, Judge.
Thank you.
So he received a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial, level 1. It was no further violent contact with Erica Oakley, or is that Kegley?
I believe it's Carty, C-A-R-T-Y, Mr. Jordan.
That might be what it is. It looks like C-A-K, but it might be an R. C-A-R-L-Y? Let me see what's on the accuracy.
It sounds like it's the same person now. And who gave him that bond?
It was Erica Carty, C-A-R-T-Y.
Okay.
And it was you, Judge.
Okay. So I've already, thank you, Mr. Jordan. I appreciate that.
Your Honor, I don't mind saying when I'm wrong. I'm wrong. That one got past me.
You're fine, Mr.
I
Rose.
didn't
It's
know
just
that
that
there was an open case there, so.
I understand. I don't normally give another signature bond, especially if I'm the one who gave the previous signature bond, and if I'm the one who said don't have any further violent contact with the alleged victim. So, Ms. Rainford, I'm not willing to give a signature bond in this case because I've given him the opportunity before. For the simple battery, it will be $1,000 good bond. For the criminal trespass, it will be a $500 good bond. Makes for a total of a $1,500 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from that household. He can go back there on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. Do they have any children together?
Yes, Your Honor, they share a child together.
Okay, third party transfer of any minor children for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. De Silva.
Thank you, sir.
You're not enough. Next, number 14, Mr. Heisen.
And Ms. Rainford, if you have not already, you need to inform Mr. De Silva of what no contact means, okay? That
Yes,
he's to
Your
have
Honor.
absolutely no contact at this point with the alleged victim. Thank you. Tell me again who we have?
Number 14, Mr. Heisen.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Heisen. You've been charged in case 25 CR 008245F with battery family violence. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. There's one prior arrest, no convictions. The last date of arrest was November the 23rd of 2019. It was with Georgia State Patrol for driving while license suspended or revoked, and the recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Who's representing Mr. Heisen?
It's me, Your Honor. I'm just.
Oh, okay, now I just want to make sure I have you. Let me know when you're ready, Ms.
Okay.
Rainford.
Oh, ready, Your Honor. Sorry. It was-
Okay, not a problem, Ms. Rainford. I just wouldn't want to go ahead without you there. Yes, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. What's going on with the screen? In this particular case, we had a signature bond offer. It appears that in this case, Mr. Hyacinth came home from a gender reveal and event, and he was looking for his glasses. There was an argument that ensued between the parties. He pushed her, who's the victim in this case is Jada Brown. He pushed her onto a bed. He grabbed her by the neck, and she sustained some bruising rather at the neck, as well as cuts on her hands. Because of his limited history, we were asking for a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1, no further violent contact. He would have to stay away from the incident location at 7268 Thornhill Lane. At the time I made the recommendation, I had not spoken with the victim, just going from the information that was obtained in the warrant. We'd asked that he complete a family violence intervention program, no further violations of the law, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. And I believe I saw Miss Brown on the line if the court was sound for her.
Ms. Brown, good afternoon. If you would like to address the court this afternoon, I'll need for you to raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. I appreciate you being here, Ms. Brown. I'm going to need for you to get a jacket to cover your shoulders. We're in court, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is this better?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. What would you like to tell the court?
Um, it was just a little altercation. Nothing major. He's a good dad. He does help me with our son. We currently live together, and without like, his help, I will like, it will take me a long time to, I do have a job. It will take me a long time to get on my feet and everything because he's our transportation to get my son to school. My son goes to school down the street, and it would just be pretty difficult.
Has this ever happened before? And you would like him back in the household?
Yes.
All right. I appreciate you being here this afternoon, Ms. Brown. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hyacinth is 29 years old. He's been in Georgia all his life. He currently is a warehouse associate at Flooring Decor. He has 2 years from Georgia State University, Your Honor. He is the primary caregiver here with Ms. Brown. They do share a child. They live together. So I'd be asking that a signature bond, if Your Honor is inclined to that, and no further violent contact, Your Honor.
Be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Ms. Brown. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go back number 25, Mr. Reed.
Okay, and Mr. Reed is in need of the conflict attorney, I believe. Good afternoon, Mr. Reed. I'm Judge Eric Morrow again. You've been charged in case 25 CR 008258C with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We do not have a conflict attorney available today to represent you. As such, if you would like for me to reschedule this until we can get a conflict attorney, I can do that. If you would like to proceed pro se without the advice of counsel this afternoon, we can do that as well. What would you like for me to do this afternoon?
Yeah, I'd like to continue.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Reed. And ACDC.
Did he say reschedule, Your Honor? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I think he said he wanted to proceed. Isn't that what you said, Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Okay, so he wants to proceed. ACDC, who do we have here?
We have Miss Reed, Zaire Reed, position
Okay.
24.
All right, so it's my understanding that these are co-defendants or the same case here. Good afternoon, Ms. Reed. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008257B with simple battery family violence. And Ms. Zaire Reed is represented by, who's representing Ms. Zaire Reed?
Isn't that Mr. Morrell?
Yeah. I can message him really quickly.
I'm sorry, he's still interviewing one more person. He got one more person he's talking to.
Okay, so why don't we come back to, I want to do this at one time. Is there anybody else that we can take of Miss Rainford's while we wait for him?
Yes, we can do Miss Rainford's clients. Miss Christoph, I believe that's position 6. Miss Christoph, have a seat.
Yes, good afternoon. And let me just address all the ladies that are there. Good afternoon, I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. If you do not have a private attorney, we're providing you with the assistance of a public defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service. Ms. Christoph, you've been charged in case 25 CR 008280A with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
There's one cycle in Virginia, no convictions, and the recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Who's presenting for the state?
Yes, Judge, thank you. As it relates to Ms. Christoph, the state's recommendation. One second here. Sorry, I thought I had it up. There we are. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, as it relates to Ms. Christoph, was for a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. The breakdown was as follows. On the battery family violence, $2,500 signature bond, pretrial services level 1. And the cruelty to children in the 3rd degree was a $1,000 signature bond, pretrial services level 1. We are asking that there be no further contact with Mr. Benjamin Ungerer, and that's spelled Ungerer, and that Ms. Christoph stay away from 225 Hollyberry Drive, and that's Holly Berry, Berry Drive in Roswell, Georgia. We're asking for a third-party transport of the child that they do share together, that there be no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond, and that he be, that she be, that she would have to undergo a 24-week family violence intervention program. Our office has been in contact with Mr. Ungerer. I do believe that he's on the line, or at least he was earlier. And he does concur with the state's recommendation. At least that's what he expressed to our victim witness advocate earlier today. And he had concerns as it relates to recent behaviors and outbursts and violent propensities of this particular defendant. But I'll let Your Honor inquire further about that. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Ungerer is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. I'll need for you to activate your camera and unmute yourself. And I'll have to swear you in if you choose to address the court this afternoon.
Oh, perhaps he left. I
There's
thought
not
I
a-
saw him earlier.
Does not appear that he's with us at this time. Yes, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Christoph is 31 years old. She and Mr. Unger are fiancés, Your Honor. She's been in Georgia about 6 years. She's currently unemployed. She mentioned to me that she is a full-time stay-at-home mom. She did receive her associate's degree from Virginia Western Community College. I have no objection to the signature bond, Your Honor. However, I would be requesting, if possible, for no further violent contact. I do understand if the victim's wishes are for no further contact, but I would like to advocate on my client's behalf and ask for no further violent contact. The third-party transfer of the child is fine if you are going to grant the stay away order, Your Honor. And I would also ask for a one-time escort if you grant the stay away order, so she's able to retrieve items from residence, because they do live together, Your Honor. So she would need to be able to collect items if she's not going to be welcome at the residence anymore. I did speak with her mom, Your Honor, before, and her mom did mention that she'd be able to come stay with her if the stay away is granted. So I just wanted to let her know that as well.
Thank you. I believe I have Mr. Unger on with me now. Mr. Unger, if you'll raise your right
Yes.
hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
I obviously I have the baby and everything now. I have concerns over previous incidences that things just have not changed, and that's what led to an escalation from this past Friday. That is why I requested the no contact for her to work on those things in the meantime, because I don't want there to be another escalation, especially with our 7-month-old right there from what happened. She's a good mom. I think there's a lot of personal things that need to be worked on, and that is kind of it kind of changes. So that's why I'm requesting the no contact until those things have been worked on.
Okay. I appreciate you being here this afternoon, sir. With that said, for the battery family violence, it will be $2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the cruelty, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 makes for a total of a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. I want her to begin the family violence intervention program. At this time, she's to have no further contact with Mr. Ungerer and stay away from the Holly Berry Drive address. She can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. Third-party transfer of the minor child for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. This order can be modified if she begins the family violence intervention program and reports through pretrial. If she starts that program and petitions the court and Mr. Ungerer agrees, then we can modify it for contact at a later date. Okay. All right. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. Who do we have next?
I don't know if courtroom 1 wants me to continue. Are they finished over there in courtroom 1? I mean courtroom 2, Your Honor?
Okay, do we have any of Miss Rainford's? We still don't have the other attorney back with it. Do you have any other Miss Rainford cases in ACDC? Miss,
Yes, Mr. Rashid. We can go back
oh,
to no, Miss
are you ready? You ready to proceed, Mr. Merrill?
Yes, I'm ready, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so these are the reads, is that right?
Correct.
And, all right, so I've already spoken with both of you all let me start, Miss Stallworth with Zaire Reed. Does she have a history?
Hold on, give me just a minute, Your Honor. Zaire does not have a history. The recommended level was UJR jail.
Okay, and for Alan Reed?
He has 2 cycles out of the state of Michigan, no convictions, and there appears to be an open case out of Oakland County, Michigan for obstructing police. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Okay, Miss Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Since they're both named Reed, how would you like me to differentiate who's doing what?
You can use their full names.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure. I know we
Okay.
don't normally do that. So Alan Reed was observed walking away from the location. He admitted to being in a verbal and physical altercation with Zaire Reed. He had just come down from Michigan a couple days previous to transport their shared daughter. She's about 3, I believe, 3 or 4, and take her back to Michigan for winter break from school. When he arrived, they got in a fight over the child's jacket. He alleges that Zaire put her index finger in his face and was poking him aggressively. He pushed her hand away. Then she started hitting him in the back and the arm. He turned around, grabbed her by her arms, and pushed her into a wall. She followed him and continued striking him while he yelled for her to stop. The child began following him, presumably since she knew she was supposed to go with Dad for the break. He pushed her back in the apartment. There's a dispute about how hard he pushed her back into the apartment. Zaire started yelling someone to call the police based on all the commotion. She stated her version of events is somewhat the same, essentially. Except she alleges, he pushed her into a kitchen island, not a wall. He also said that Zaire said that she defended herself and that's why she struck him multiple times. She alleges that the child was pushed forcefully. She alleges that Alan pushed her to the ground, which caused an injury to the nail on her middle finger. And continued to beat her until neighbors intervened to stop the altercation. There is an independent witness. he heard screaming coming from upstairs. When he stepped outside his apartment, he did see both of them in a physical interaction, but with Zaire on the ground at the time, and the child yelling, "Please don't beat my mommy." For Mr. Reed, Alan Reed, we're asking for a $2,000 surety. That's $1,000 per charge. No further contact with Zaire Reed. 2 anger management courses, and to stay away from 7001 Clementine Trail in Union City. For Zaire, we're asking for a $2,000 surety. No further contact with Alan Reed, and for anger management, no drugs, alcohol, and weapons while on bond.
Thank you. Ms. Merrill?
Yes, I represent Miss Zaire Reed, Your Honor. She's 24 years old, Your Honor. She does have a valid address out of Fairburn. Your Honor, it's my understanding that this is her home where the incident location is. We would ask that there's no stay away for her, Your Honor. We are also, since Mr. Allen is the father of her child, we're okay with the no contact. We just also, if there's any kind of transfer with the child, that it includes a third party, because this is the father of her child. Your Honor. Her daughter is 4 years old and will be turning 5 in January. Be as it may, Your Honor, my client is currently working, but because she doesn't have any history, Your Honor, I will be asking for a signature bond, Your Honor. There's nothing that, without any history, she can't be a significant risk to violate any of the Ayala factors. Nothing further from the defense.
Okay. So for both Mr. and Miss Reed, I'm going to give you both signature bonds. So for Miss Reed, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Alan Reed. Third-party transfer of the minor child for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. For Mr. Alan Reed, for the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the cruelty, a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact at this time with Ms. Zaire Reed. He's to stay away from the Clementine address. Mr. Reed, you can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings if necessary. Third-party transfer of the minor child for visitation, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
ACDC?
Yes,
Hi, Deputy. You don't have Katina Wright by any chance, do you?
she was NOD.
I just wanted to make sure. That's what I was checking for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who do we have next?
Well, we can go ahead, Ms. Foster, position 9.
Okay.
What in the order?
Good afternoon, Ms. Foster. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008276Y with theft by shoplifting. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor, one moment. Ms. Foster has 8 cycles. There's an open case, 25 SC 007140 for ag assault, theft by deception, possession of a firearm during the commission and armed robbery. There's another open case, 25 SC 007089 for theft by shoplifting. Another open case, 25 CR 008228Y for theft by shoplifting. There's an open case out of Gwinnett for theft by taking. An open case out of Coweta for criminal damage to property, 2nd degree. And there's a 2025 conviction for disorderly conduct. That sentence date was September the 29th of this year. Recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Yes, Your Honor. And this has happened at 6385 Old National Highway, South Fulton. This is a Family Dollar, and I believe that one of the open cases that was here on Saturday, I believe, was for a shoplifting from the same location. she was walking around the store putting merchandise into a bin, and it was Tide Pod detergents and a container totaling over $300 from that location. The bond recommendation is for $1,500 on this charge as a surety bond. She's to stay away from the Family Dollars, particularly the one located at 6385 Old National Highway, South Fulton. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Why wasn't this addressed on Saturday?
I'm not sure. I just so happened to look at the warrants, and I saw, and when I was looking at that case, that it appeared to have come here on the 20th.
Do you know what?
There are a series of charges that we would expect to arise. This is, she and Ms. Stewart have been identified in several shoplifting events at different locations. But were just the ones here, and I don't have any notes as to why it was not addressed then.
Thank you. Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Foster is 29 years old. She's been in Georgia all her life. She currently works for UPS. She went to Georgia State University, completed 2 years while she was majoring in business administration. She is a single mother, Your Honor, with 3 young children, 9, 8, and 2. She mentioned to me that her grandmother is watching them right now, but that they would be at risk for foster care. She's not able to get home soon because her grandmother can only keep them for so long, Your Honor. So due to those circumstances, I'd be asking for a signature bond if Your Honor is inclined, and if not, the lowest possible amount so that she can make bond to relieve her grandmother so that she can get back to her kids and continue to take care of them, Your Honor.
All right, will be $1,000 good bond. Stay away from the Family Dollar on Old National Highway. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Foster.
Next is position 11, Miss Geis.
Good afternoon, Ms. Geis. You've been charged in case 25 CR 008278Y with 2 counts of battery family violence, hindering a person making an emergency telephone call, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. She has 3 cycles. 2 of the cycles are out of the state of Illinois and 1 cycle out of the state of Iowa. There's a 2018 conviction for criminal mischief, 4th and 5th degree, and domestic abuse assault causing bodily injury and or mental illness. Oh, I'm sorry, mental illness. And there is a 2004 conviction for forgery. The recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, Your Honor. When the police arrived, the defendant had the victim, Mia Ponder, in a headlock when they opened the door. Essentially, she had come home. The defendant arrived later after drinking at a party. The defendant said, "You're trying to provoke me." Then they both went into the bedroom. The defendant picked up a gold-colored metal object, unclear on what it is, and made a motion as if she was going to throw it at Miss Ponder. The victim, Miss Ponder, stated she was fearful that she was about to be struck. Grabbed the defendant to stop her from throwing the object. At which point the defendant dropped the object, bit her on the left side of her head above her ear. There weren't any bite marks there. The victim stated at that point the defendant then struck her with a closed fist in the right eye. There were visible scratches below her right eye socket and a laceration above her left eye. She further stated that when she attempted to call 911, the defendant kicked the phone out of her hand to prevent her from completing the emergency call. She further, obstructed by resisting arrest and pulling away. We're asking for $2,500 surety on each battery family violence for $5,000, $1,000 for the obstruction of the 911 call, and another $1,000 on the obstruction. That's a $7,000 surety total. based on the history and the brazen violence in front of police. No further contact with Maya. In the police report, that is spelled Miiya, Ponder. And to stay away from Legacy Apartments at 5750 Bluffington Road in Union City. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons. We have spoken to the victim. I don't know if she's present, but she said that the defendant has tried to strangle her and slap her in the past. Things are getting worse. They had planned to separate when the lease ends in February. Victim wants no further contact and to stay away. She also says she will be in Florida on Wednesday, so if the defendant is granted a one-time return, that would be best to allow her to get her things.
Okay, if Ms. Ponder is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Here, so, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 46 years old. She has been in Georgia for only a year. She was in Chicago before, where she was born and raised. She has 4 children total, a 13-year-old minor son, Your Honor. She's currently working at Amazon, but she is at risk of termination from her job. She mentioned to me that she does have a lot of furniture and inventory at the residence of the alleged victim, Your Honor. I do understand the victim's wishes, but I would be asking for at least more than a day for her to move out, because she did mention she has quite a few belongings at that residence, and it would take her at least 3 days to get everything that she needs out of the residence, Your Honor. So if Your Honor would be okay with granting a 3-day amount of time for her to get her things, I would be grateful for that. And I know my client would be very appreciative of that as well, Your Honor. And if Your Honor is inclined for a signature bond, I would also be grateful for that. But if not, Your Honor, we'd be asking for the lowest possible amount due to the circumstances, Your Honor.
Okay, for each battery charge will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For each of the other charges will be a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Ms. Ponder. Stay away from the Legacy Apartments. She can go back initially on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve all the necessary belongings that she needs. If she needs to have additional time, she can use a third party to gather the remainder of the belongings. But given that she's not to have any contact with Ms. Ponder, any third parties will have to facilitate anything beyond the police escort. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, next we have position 16, Ms. James.
Good afternoon, Ms. James. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008248E with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 2 adult cycles and currently on probation for theft by shoplifting and contributing to delinquency of a minor. That sentence date was July the 31st of this year. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This occurred December the 10th of 2025. And she was at the MARTA at 2424 Piedmont Road, had received prior notice not to be on the property, and was there. She got into an altercation with another person, and when the officer ran her information, determined that she had a suspension that was actually due to expire December the 30th. At this particular time, we're asking for a surety bond amount of $1,000 surety. We're asking for a surety because of the number of times. I have actually 3 incidents in the last year of similar incidents. So I would ask for the $1,000 surety, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Stay away from MARTA, particularly the 2424 Piedmont Road, and compliance with any suspension that's already in place or will be placed upon her as a result of this incident.
Thank you. Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. James is 20 years old. She mentioned to me that she does have a good address. She lives with her aunts. She's been in Georgia all her life. She's currently working for Amazon, Your Honor. She mentioned to me that she did not realize the suspension was for so long. She originally thought it was for 14 days. So this was a misunderstanding, Your Honor, and due to that, due to the circumstances, I'd be asking for the lowest reasonable amount. If Your Honor is not inclined to a signature bond, Your Honor.
It will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Comply with any MARTA suspensions. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. James.
Next is position 19, Ms. Lopez.
Good afternoon, Ms. Lopez. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008252E with driving while your license was suspended or revoked. Is there a history, Ms.
Yes, Your,
Stallings?
yes, Your Honor. Ms. Lopez has 16 cycles, one out of the state of Texas. There appears to be multiple holds, a 2020 out of Texas for obstructing police, a 2024 out of Brookhaven for probation violation, a 2022 out of Roswell for an FTA, and a 2012 out of Clayton County for an FTA. There's a 2023 FTA out of Brookhaven and a 2019 FTA out of Fulton County. There is a 2023 conviction from Brookhaven for driving while license suspended or revoked, a 2020 conviction out of Forsyth County for possession of methamphetamine, a 2019 conviction out of Forsyth for driving without a valid license, a 2017 conviction out of Forsyth for driving while license suspended or revoked, a 2015 burglary of habitation that resulted in voluntary deportation out of Denton County, Texas, and currently on probation out of Fulton for possession of a Schedule II and theft by shoplifting. That's 24 SC 001400, and the recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Sarah,
Yes, on December the 20th of this year, the officer appeared to be driving on Deerfield Parkway behind the defendant and ran her tag, and that indicated that as far as the car was concerned, there were no issues. The person who was registered owner of the vehicle was her, and there were outstanding warrants. So the officer pulled her over and determined that she was again driving out while her license was suspended. We're asking for a surety bond in the amount of $2,500. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Of course, we'd ask that the court, as part of the condition, also that she is not to drive unless she's licensed to do so. That's all, Your Honor.
you with me, Mr. Merrill?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm with you. Your Honor, before us is Miss Sophie Lopez. She's 35 years old. She has a valid address in Fulton County in Alpharetta. She also has 4 children, her youngest being 7. All children do reside with her. She's actually also in school studying early childhood education, Your Honor. Your Honor, she's currently employed because school is her main priority, Your Honor. But I would like to indicate, Your Honor, that she has recently been released from prison. So that's why we believe that some of the FTAs had occurred, Your Honor. But also, Your Honor, she believes that she had paid the reinstatement fee for the license, Your Honor, is that her license should have been valid. I told her that today is just about for bond, Your Honor, and that we're not here to discuss fact and innocent, but that's something that will be mitigated down the line. Your Honor, I would be asking, I know you're concerned with her criminal history with the driving while license suspended, but I would ask that you allow her to have a signature bond so that she can be able to go to her holds and be able to handle those matters. Even with 16 cycles, she has no FTA, so that does not make me believe that if she was released, she would not come back to court.
All right, it's gonna be $100 good bond, no driving without a valid license, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Lopez.
Next is position 21, Ms. Myers.
Okay, it's my understanding that Ms. Myers also needed a conflict attorney. Good afternoon, Ms. Myers. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008272B with 2 counts, with one count of battery, 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, battery, family violence, and obstructing or hindering a person making an emergency telephone call. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We do not have a conflict attorney available to represent you today. If you would like to proceed pro se, we can, that's without the assistance of counsel, we can proceed today. If you would like to have counsel, I can reschedule your case for us to get you an attorney.
Your Honor, I didn't have her marked down as a conflict. I thought our only conflicts was Felicia Norris and Alan Reed. I spoken with her and did the interview.
Okay, all right, well, I apologize. I must have written that down incorrectly. Okay, well, I've indicated what she's charged with. Is there a history? Ms. Stallworth?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You ready for the history? My apologies, I wasn't. I
No
missed
problem.
Myers. Was it Myers?
Yes.
Okay, she has 4 cycles. There's a 2023 conviction out of Cobb for reckless driving. And there's appears to be an open DUI from College Park. That arrest date was May 12th of 2024. And the recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the information contained in the report on December the 21st, officers went to 3781 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. There was a victim by the name of Tavoi, Tavoi, Yanae, Yanae. It's a hyphenated first name. And then the last name is Georges. She was following the hair of Miss Myers' daughter, whose name is Amora, Amora. And it appeared that she woke up and was saying that her blouse was wet and was asking about her. And I think that at the time, Miss Georges indicated that she had been drinking the night before and was upset when she woke up to find her shirt wet, was saying that, Miss Georges was asking her about about saying maybe you fell asleep and you spilled something on it. Miss Myers became upset. She started using inappropriate language, calling she and her daughter names. Her daughter tried to get her to just leave the room while she finished getting her hair styled by Miss Georges. The mother, Miss Myers, shoved her up against a wall. Miss Amora Myers asked for Miss Georges to call the police. Miss Myers, the defendant, became upset, snatched the phone from Miss Georges, trying to prevent her from calling 911. There was a tug of war between them. Miss Myers also struck Miss Georges with a closed fist. The children were in the room, who are Aurora McClendon and Karis Lumsey, Lumzy. As a result, I believe Miss Myers had some broken nails. There were injury to Miss George's hands as well. We are asking, unusually, I think, considering the circumstances, for a signature bond. We're asking for $2,000 for the battery, $3,000 for the family violence battery, $1,000 for each criminal trespass, cruelty to children, and one for the hindering of a 911 call. I have a total of $8,000 signature bond through pretrial services. We're asking for a level 2. We're asking for alcohol, drug evaluation and treatment. No further contact at this time with Amora Myers, with Miss Georges, and with the children, the grandchildren there. No, that she's to stay away from the 3781 Martin Luther King Drive, and complete 8 anger management classes. It appears from her history that she has some substance abuse issues. One of the characteristics, Georgia says she woke up from a drunken coma, which indicated that she had probably consumed a significant amount of alcohol the night before. That's our recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Merrill?
Your Honor, we're not opposed to a signature bond, Your Honor. The only thing is that it's my understanding that the victim, Mrs. Georges, doesn't live at the residence, and I'm not sure that Amora lives. I'm not sure at all if Miss Amora lives there. But this is the residence of Miss Myers, Your Honor. Yeah, and then as far as the report, when it says that she woke up from a drunken coma, our position would be that would be speculation. They wouldn't be able to ascertain whether or not that was a drunken coma as described, Your Honor. But be as it may, we're not opposed to a signature bond. Our only objection would be to stay away, especially if Miss Amora or Miss Georges does not live there.
Okay, for the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. For the battery family violence, a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. For each of the other charges, a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Makes for a total of an $8,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with any of the alleged victims. She can go back to the MLK Drive address on one occasion with law enforcement. If none of the alleged victims are living there, she can remain there. If the alleged victims are there, then she will have to gather her belongings and find someplace else to live. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Myers.
Next is position 22, Ms. Norris. This is the one that is a conflict, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Norris. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008271B with simple battery family violence. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say can be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We do not have a conflict attorney to represent you today. As such, you can either move forward without the advice of counsel, or I can reschedule you for when we can have someone speak with you. What would you like for me to do?
Speak loud. I would like to proceed.
Okay, and who's presenting for the state? Who's with me on this? Ms. Norris, position 22.
I believe it should be Ms. Spear. I don't see her on at all.
I'm here. I don't have Miss Norris. I don't.
You had position number 1, Mr. Anderson.
No, that was Mr. Rhodes.
Okay. Mr. Rhodes, are you with me?
Yes, we were talking about Ms. Norris.
Yes, well, you had Mr. Anderson earlier, and I'm
Yes.
so I've made a note to myself, if it's fine with you all, that I'm gonna give Ms. Norris what I gave Mr. Anderson, which was a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, no further violent contact with Mr. Anderson, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Yes, that was correct, Judge. That's what I have for both of them as well. So thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a signature bond, Ms. Norris, so you'll be able to sign yourself out and you'll be able to come back at a later time to address these charges, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. We have next,
What was signature bond amount is?
it was a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
Thank you. Okay, go over there, sit down, please. Next is position 32, Ms. Thomas.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Thomas. You've been charged in case 25 CR 008247H with battery. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
No prior history, Your Honor, and the recommended level is level 1.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, defendant and victim used to be together, I believe. There seemed to be some disagreement about whether or not someone was getting married. Defendant came towards victim with a closed fist, struck her on the left side of her cheek. They started fighting. Defendant grabbed victim's shirt. Victim began choking her allegedly. Defendant then released her shirt and grabbed the victim's dreadlocks, pulled them, and caused 6 dreadlocks to come out of her head and remain in defendant's hand. We are asking for a $2,000 surety, no further contact with the victim, Aaliyah Williams, and 8 anger management courses. We have not had contact with Miss Williams at this time. We are not asking for a stay away as it's unclear exactly who lives where. When the police arrived, they were both in vehicles in the front, but they don't live together. And it's unclear I believe the victim wanted to see defendant's children, which are not her biological children. So if we can straighten some of that out, but the essence is a $2,000 surety, no further contact with Aaliyah Williams, and 8 anger management.
Miss Aaliyah Williams on the line. If you are and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Doesn't appear so. Mr. Merrill, do they live separately?
Yes, the
Okay.
victim, Aaliyah, she lives in Colorado.
All right, so given that this is her first alleged offense, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, no further contact with Miss Williams, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Does that suit you, Mr. Merrill?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, good luck to you, Ms. Thomas.
Next is position 34, Ms. Weaver.
Excuse me.
Good afternoon, Ms. Weaver. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008251F with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 12 cycles, 1 out of the state of Florida and 1 out of the state of Alabama. Currently on probation out of DeKalb for cruelty to children 1st degree. There's a 2022 conviction for out of Walton County for crossing state county guard lines with weapons, intoxicants, or drugs without consent. There's a 2017 first offender out of DeKalb for forgery 1st degree and theft by receiving stolen property that was sealed in 2019. There are 2 convictions outside of the 10-year period, and there appears to be an open pretrial case already for 24 CR 006217F for battery and cruelty to children. And there's a FTA in 2021 out of Walton County. The recommended level is level 3 if you decide to put them back on pretrial.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, the open case 24 CR 006217F does have these same victims. Um, in this particular instance, the defendant bit the victim multiple times, leaving a bloody bite mark, on her right cheek. The victim's 12-year-old son heard the argument. He saw what was going on, including the moment the defendant bit the victim on her cheek. They are legally married but do not have children together. We have spoken with the victim. All she told us is that the allegations in the warrant are true and correct, and she did talk briefly about the incident in 2024, which remains open. We are asking for a $5,000 surety, no further contact with the victim. Her name is Jelanique, J''Lanique Talton, and her son, the FVIB program. Stay away from 8060 -3102 Adair Lane, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Mr. Merrill?
Yes, Your Honor. So before us is Miss Moniqua Reaver. She's 33 years old. She's also a lifelong resident. Your Honor, she has a valid address that's in the system. It just needs to be updated with the correct apartment number, but it is out of Fulton County. This is also her mother's address. She does have 3 children. One of her youngest child is 12 and suffers from cerebral palsy. She does have a 12th grade education. She does present with she does have a job. She works at a restaurant as a line cook. Your Honor, I know you're concerned that she does have she's on probation for cruelty to children. And then I believe they said it was an open battery and cruelty to children. My request is that excuse me, is a $1,500 bond. I'm asking for 1,000 on the battery, family violence, and 500 on the cruelty to children, Your Honor. Nothing further from the defense.
All right, for the battery, it'll be $1,000 good bond. For the cruelty, a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $1,500 good bond. I want her to begin the FVIP course, no further contact with the alleged victims, stay away from the Adair Lane address. If necessary, she can go back there on one occasion to retrieve any belongings with law enforcement. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Miss Weaver.
Hello.
Oh, yes, is this?
Yes, I'm the supposed victim. I've been sitting here and I do want to talk.
Okay, so tell me your name, ma'am.
Jelanique Talton.
Ms. Talton, if you'll raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
So I did talk to somebody earlier. I don't know who I spoke to, and I explained the situation, and what Miss Spears said was not true. That is not, I don't know if I spoke to her, but that wasn't true, what she just said.
Well, tell me what is true. Did you call the police to the
No,
residence?
I did not call the police. We were arguing. We both were like, it wasn't like pushing. Like she was trying to stop me from, when I get mad, like I just started like throwing stuff. She tried to cool me down. So she did like grab me. When I tried to yank off her arm, I fell over the bed and I hit my face. When the police kept coming, they kept saying, "Are you sure she didn't hit you? Are you sure?" Like they was trying to get me to change my mind. And I said, "No, she did not hit me. I did not have blood on my face. The lady I spoke to today, I told her I didn't have blood on my face. She said that they had pictures. I said, if they have pictures of blood on my face, that's a lie. My son is always with me. He stays here. He did see us pushing each other, and he told the cops that we both were pushing each other. So I don't know where they got that information from, but that's definitely not true.
How old is your son?
My son is 12.
Okay, you do understand that even if you say what you're telling me, it is not acceptable for you grown adults to be pushing each other and fighting in front of a 12-year-old. You've got other charges that are pending it's my understanding, that are with you and Ms. Weaver, where there's a cruelty to children involved at the same time. I take it that this is the same 12-year-old that from the other incident. So at this point in time, you all are to have no contact with each other. Okay, she is to have no contact with you. If she begins this family violence intervention program and petitions the court at a later time, then that might be modified. But you all need to consider a 12-year-old and your actions and activities in that household. And you are, the responsibility is upon the two of you to properly raise that young man or young woman, whichever. So you all need to consider that when you're doing what you say that you said you were doing. Okay? So
Okay.
my bond order stands. Good luck to you both. Who do
Your
we
Honor,
have
that's
next?
an $800 good, is that an $800 good bond?
It's a $1,500 good bond, 1,000 for the battery and 500 for the cruelty.
Okay, thank you. I'm having internet unstableness over here. That's why I did not hear you so good.
Oh, no, you're fine, Officer Melton. I wasn't questioning you.
Okay, all right, the last one, praise God. Position 35, Miss Weeks.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Weeks. You have been charged in case 25 CR 008269H with 3 counts of battery family violence. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor, there are 9 cycles. There are 4 convictions outside of the 10-year period, and there's an FTA that's an 04. The recommended level was level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Yesterday on Summit Springs Drive in Sandy Springs, Mr. Alvin Brooks called 911 and said that he and his girlfriend, the defendant, were involved in a verbal dispute which escalated. Mr. Brookins had several visible injuries. He had a scar above his right eye, approximately 2.5 inches in length, multiple scratches on the left side of his neck, and a discolored black mark on his finger, which he said the defendant bit him. He also showed officers footprints on the back door, which he stated were caused by the defendant when she attempted to kick in the door a couple weeks ago. I'm sorry, 2 nights ago. He advised Sandy Springs had been called out for that incident. At that point, the defendant called the victim, Mr. Brookins. They were discussing. The officer tried to convince Mr. Brookins to convince the defendant to come back home. At first, she said yes. Then she said no. I'm suspicious of this. Officer went and picked her up by the nearby Quick Trip. We are asking for $2,500 surety per battery charge, which is a total of $7,500. No further contact with the victim, Alvin Brookins, an FVIP based on the number of injuries over the last week or so. Stay away from 1307 Summit Springs Drive in Sandy Springs. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. We have not made contact with Mr. Brookins, hence the standard no further contact and stay away.
Mr. Brookings is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Mr. Merrill?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Maisha Weeks is before you. She's 46 years old. She does have a valid address out of Fulton County in Union City, where she does live with her mother, excuse me, Miss Shirley Weeks. Sorry. She does have some college where she's studying medical assistance, Your Honor, and she is working. She works at American Honda Motor Company, Your Honor. Furthermore, Your Honor, I would ask that on this particular case, that you set the bond at. I actually asked for a signature bond on this case. Yeah. Oh, I asked for a signature bond because her convictions is outside of the 10 years, even with her cycles. And I do believe, I know they said at least one FTA, but I do believe that if you set a bond, if you provide her a signature bond through pretrial, then she would return back for court. Nothing further.
And for each charge will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2, makes for a total of a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with Mr. Brookings. Stay away from the incident location. no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Weeks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, we will see you next time.
Yeah. You're a very patient judge. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
All right.
Okay. I have an add-on, Dexter Davis, courtroom 2. What are we doing with Mr. Davis?
He's gonna be a waiver.
Okay, so Dexter, did anyone speak with Dexter Davis?
Miss Rayfield did. Miss Rayfield did.
Okay, thank you. Is
Wait,
she ready
is she
to
here,
proceed,
Nicole?
Mayor?
She is.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to proceed. Okay, Mr. Davis was charged in case 25 CR 008288 B with criminal trespass and 1 PI charge. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor, there are 19 cycles. There's a 2019 conviction out of Fulton for ag assault and entering auto. There's a 2017 conviction for loitering prowl and criminal trespass. There's a 2015 conviction out of Fulton for entering auto, theft by taking, and criminal trespass and simple assaults. There are 5 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There's an FTA from this year, and the recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, he was found at the location of 214 Delavan, Delevan Street. It's my understanding on December the 20th by Officer Jasmine. She had indicated that she had previously been the one to let him know that that was a city property. He was not to have been on it. A neighbor, Mr. Knight, contacted police and had recorded him on the property urinating. We would ask for a bond in the amount of $1,000 surety bond as to each count. That FTA from this year, I think it's a felony FTA that may be still outstanding. That he stay away from the property location of 214 Delavan Street. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And if need be, meet with the social worker for housing.
Thank you. Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Davis is 37 years old. He does have a good mailing address. He mentioned that he can go and stay with his uncle, Your Honor. He's been in Georgia all his life. He mentioned that he currently collects cans and plastic bottles to get some money for that, Your Honor. He said that he went through 12th grade. He doesn't know his uncle's number, however, so he has no one to get in contact with to post a bond for him, Your Honor. And he mentioned that he doesn't make much from his collection of cans and plastic bottles, Your Honor. So I would ask if Your Honor is inclined for a signature bond to grant him a signature bond, but if not, the lowest reasonable possible amount so that he can be bonded out, Your Honor.
And what would you suggest as far as the lowest reasonable possible amount?
I mean, honestly, he can't really afford anything, so whatever Your Honor is inclined to give.
Well, I know that sometimes if I give $1,000 bond, they can go to a bonding company, and that would be easier for them. But if, I'm gonna give him a good bond. Let's just say $50 per charge, so $100 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for BHET and to assist with housing if necessary. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond, and stay away from that incident location. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. If I'm not mistaken, that concludes the 2 o'clock calendar. Is that right, Mr. Jordan?
That's correct, Your Honor. I think I have
Okay, so whenever you're ready for us.
Okay.
I'm ready. All right, I'm ready for you, Mr. Jordan.
Okay. On this
Yes.
page, add-on 1 was a $100 good bond, $50 per charge. Add-on 2 was a $5,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, add-on 1 is reset SAP.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's the I'm glad you said that. What's the reset date?
January the 6th of 2026.
January 6th, 2026. Okay, got it.
Okay, so position 1 on the regular calendar was a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1. Position 2 was a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1.
Hold on, don't go so fast.
Okay.
3,000 signature bond pre-trial level 1.
Yes.
Got it.
Position 3 was a $5,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1, and that was $2,500 per charge.
Yeah, I don't need that for myself. I just need the total.
Okay. Position 4 was a $5,000 surety.
5,000 surety.
Yes, reset SAP. Position 5 was a $5,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1.
Mm-hmm.
That was $2,000 for count 1 and $1,000 for each additional charge.
Mm-hmm.
Position 6 is a $3,500 sign-on bond pretrial level 1, $2,500 for count 1 and $1,000 for count 2.
Mm-hmm.
Position 7 is a $7,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 3,
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 per charge. Position 8 is a $1,500 surety, reset SAP, $1,000 for count 1 and $500 for count 2.
Got you.
Position 9 is a $1,000 surety. Both of these are reset SAP.
Mm-hmm.
Position 10 is a $1,000 surety, $500 per charge, reset SAP. Position 11 is a $6,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1, $2,000 for counts 1 and 2, and $1,000 for counts 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Position 12 is a $1,000 surety, $500 per charge, reset SAP.
Mm-hmm.
Position 13 is a $2,000 sign-on bond pretrial, $1,000 per charge, level 2. Position 14 is a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial, level 1,
Wait, what's the amount?
3,000.
3,000. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Position 15 is a $2,000 sign-on bond through the jail.
Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry. My speaker's doing his own thing. All right, there you go. I fixed it. We'll say it one more time.
So 2,000 sign-on bond through the jail.
Okay, got it.
Position 16 was a $2,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1.
Yep.
17 is a $1,000 sign-on bond through the jail. Oh, hold on a second. Was that supposed to be a good bond, Joe? Or was
No,
it?
I have a signature bond. I just didn't know it was through the
Okay.
jail.
Well, I saw I had a social worker visit. That's why I was asking. Okay,
Okay.
so 1,000 sign-on bond jail.
Okay.
Position 18 is a $2,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Position 19 is a $100 surety bond. Reset SAP.
Mm-hmm.
Position 20 is a $1,500 surety bond. That's $500 per charge, and that's reset SAP.
Mm-hmm.
Position 21 is a $8,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 2. $2,000 for count 1, $1,000 for count 2, 3,000 for count 3, and then 1,000 for counts 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say level 2 on that?
No,
Position, yeah,
mhm.
so it's
Yes.
8,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 2. Position 22 is a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1.
You said 3,000?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Position 23 is a $1,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Position 24 is a $2,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1.
Mm-hmm.
25 is a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1. That's 2,000 for count 1 and 1,000 for count 2.
Mm-hmm.
26 is a $5,000 surety. It's reset SAP. It's 3,000 for count 1 and 1,000 apiece for counts 2 and 3. Position 27 is a $1,000 surety, reset SAP. That is 500 per charge. Position 28 is a $2,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1. That's 1,000 per charge. Position 29 is a $1,000 surety, reset SAP. Position 30 is a $2,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 2. Position 31 is a $1,000 surety, reset SAP. That's 500 per charge. Position 32 is a $2,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1. Position 33 is a $2,000 surety, 1,000 for count 1 and 500 apiece for counts 2 and 3.
Yep.
Reset SAP. And position 34 is a 1,500 surety, 1,000 for count 1 and 500 for count 2. Position 35 is, well, that's reset SAP. Position 35 is a $6,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 2, and that's 2,000 per charge. Any changes?
No
Michael,
question. Oh,
Michael, what was the level on one?
On position 1,
Mm-hmm.
it was level 1.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
and your only private attorney was the Edgeworth case?
I think so, yes.
Okay. And number 1, Terrence Anderson, that's conflict, right? Or did I make that up?
No, it wasn't, but somebody did a consent bond on that case.
Okay,
We
so
only have 2 couplets.
if you hadn't gotten those consents to Mr. Jordan, go ahead and get those to him so he can get them to me in the package.
Got it.
I think I have them, Judge.
Oh, okay, good, good. Anything further
Nothing further
from
from me?
anyone? All right, you all have a good holiday if I don't see you tomorrow at SAP. Be
Definitely.
safe.
Have a good one.
You too. Thanks,
Thank
Judge.
you. Okay, thank you. Mr. Jordan, do you have a minute for
Yes.
me to call you
I do.
right now? I'm gonna call you
Yes.
right now, if that's
Okay.
okay with you. Okay,
All
all
right.
right, thanks.